Well, I wrote in my articles, that nihilism is a fertilizer for mental illness. So, and I'm a psychoanalyst. So there's a lot of psychoanalysts that get the reputation of not believing in religion or not having faith. And I think there are a number of them, but not all of us. I'm a psychoanalyst, and I am absolutely a person of faith. And I can say that uh, in my 32 years of practicing, there is sometimes no fix for the emptiness, the void that's left where there should be a spiritual fullness. And so, yeah, so I'm someone who often recommends, and I'm Jewish, but it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm not encouraging people to become Jewish. I encourage them to find their own way, but that there is a need for spirituality in human beings that cannot be filled with therapy. It cannot be filled with medication. It cannot be filled with meditation. There is a need for now meditation alone, mind you, because the meditation that you're talking about in Buddhism is part of a religious process, right? Most people just disconnect the meditation.
Mhm.
They're not Buddhist. They don't believe anything that's Buddhist. They just are meditating, right? There's picking the pieces apart. But yeah, so I believe that the belief in nothing is actually good fertilizer for anxiety and depression.
I don't know. Nietzsche said, God is dead and we have killed him, and basically everything's going to hell. It wasn't as bad as he thinks it is. Society didn't crumble, our morals didn't all go away. But yeah, I agree with Dr. Komisar that there is this yearning that people have for not being fulfilled, which is why I think we see religion everywhere we look. Almost every culture that exists has it. The question, though, is what does it mean deeply? Is there nothing left? Because in some ways, if you look at the most religious folks, the folks who engage in real kind of mystical practices, whether we're talking about Jewish mystical practices, Christian mystical practices, Buddhism, they all talk about the ultimate dissolution, right, into connection with God or with the universe or with whatever it may be. And so I'm not sure what type of belief, if it has to be this kind of anthropomorphic belief that I myself go on in this way or not. But I think what religions also do is they help us be happier when we're here. And one way of doing that is thinking about and contemplating your own death. It's strange when you think about, we just came out of not me, I shouldn't say we, I'm not Jewish, but out of the Jewish days of awe, right? And on Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, kind of the start and the end of life symbolically, Unatana Tokef is said in both. And it's, who's going to die before next year? Who's going to die by sword, by flood, by fire, by plague, all of which we have seen happen. And it happens right before this period of self-reflection. Same thing in Christianity. You have Ash Wednesday when the priest put ashes on your head, and from dust you came, to dust you will return. And it's before the Lenten period, which is a period of self-reflection. And what we know in scientific research is when you make people feel they have a shortened time horizon to death, or death may be closer than it might otherwise be, it reorients their values, right? Turn away from how do I maximize my career? How do I get ahead? How do I get new abilities and skills for connection, service with people they care about? And ultimately, that is what brings happiness and brings security and brings resilience. And so in contemplating death, whatever we think about what's going to happen after, even though it's gloomy in the moment, it reorients our values toward what does bring true happiness and security while we're here. And I think it's just those bits of wisdom that you see repeated over and over. Buddhists meditate on death. Oftentimes they'll meditate sitting at a corpse, watching it rot, because it helps us figure out what is important in life while we're here and to enjoy that.